Hey guys, I wanted to do something a little different tonight or today. Um, I'm not a huge drinker, really not. So don't interpret this the wrong way. But once in a while, I like to have a glass. I'm kind of a weekend carpenter, weekend furniture builder. My creative outlet is kind of making stuff, and I get a vision, I get an image, and I just build stuff, right? I do like to have a glass of bourbon, whiskey, scotch. Those are kind of my three kind of drinks of choice. I really don't drink anything else, and I kind of drink it straight. But I thought, as a kind of an aside of all the politics, what are some things that I like? So let me just kind of start with the scotch side. You'll see here Edrador, which is kind of one of the scotches that one of my guys kind of turned me on. There's a liquor store near me that specializes in a lot of different things, and there's people in there that are true connoisseurs of liquors. And there's one guy there that kind of turned me on to that. So again, really special occasions, I'll kind of pull that one out. Really good scotch that I'll drink on occasion. This age, kind of 12-year, is around $65, $70, something of that along those lines. Oban is another scotch that I really like. Really smooth. And it's kind of funny. I was watching one of my favorite kind of TV shows. I don't watch a whole lot of TV, but there are a few that I like. Billions is one of the ones I like. And they actually called this one out on their show. And I was like, you know what? I got to try it. So Oban, really smooth. Again, another one of those I kind of go to on occasions. I would say special occasions, but as seldom as I drink. those are kind of few and far between. And that one also is probably around $65, $70 thereabouts. It's really smooth, not a lot of bite to it. This one's got a little bit more bite to it, but it's really good as well. Very good. Anytime I buy that and someone sees me buying it, they always call me out. Man, that's like one of the best scotches out there. Anyway, and then my kind of daily go-to Monkey Shoulder, kind of an odd name for what it's worth. But one of the guys that I was talking to at my favorite kind of liquor stores, he's a kind of a connoisseur. I kind of go to him and I'll say, hey, I'm looking for a good scotch. Don't know much about it. Yeah. What do you recommend? And he started talking me through, the well-known names that are out there that are crazy expensive. He's like, don't go for scotch just because it's a well-known name and because it's crazy expensive. Name and price doesn't necessarily mean good. And so he kind of directed me towards Monkey Shoulder, which is not that expensive at all, but very good. Monkey Shoulder. I want to say this bottle here is around $40, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while. I mean, again, this lasts me a long time. I don't drink a lot, so don't misconstrue this as I'm an alcoholic or something. Monkey Shoulder, really good scotch. As far as bourbon whiskeys, my go-tos have always been kind of Bullet. This one right here, I bought recently. It's a barrel strength. I did not appreciate what barrel strength really means. That one right there, I'll kick your ass, to be honest. It's really good though. I really like it. If you're just wanting one, maybe you have one of those days and you're like, shit, I can't do two or three drinks. I need just one. That'll do it. But I love Bullet. Bullet is just phenomenal. Jack Daniels, kind of Gentleman Jack, has always been my kind of go-to in the past. Now it's kind of Bullet that I really like and I look for. Now, that all being said, some neighbors came by a few weeks ago, and he brought this to me, Blade and Bow. I'd never heard of Blade and Bow before, and not to say that I'm like I know everything and all there is to be said about whiskey, bourbons, and scotches, but that was new to me. I've never seen it on a menu before or at a bar kind of list, if you will. Guy brought this to me. And this has moved up the list. This is my number one. I love this Blade and Bow. Now, every time I go to buy it at my local ABC store, they're always sold out. So I must not be the only one that appreciates this, but this is really good. It's smooth as well. So just like Oban Scotch is smooth, this is smooth. There's not a lot of bite to it. And there's some of these that are here that sometimes will affect my sleeping at night, kind of give me a little bit of a headache. Or it just affects affects my sleeping. Anything that gives me a headache, forget about it. I used to have some Crown Royal in here, and that just simply gave me a headache, and I just don't do it anymore. Matter of fact, if you look way back here, there's some Crown Royal back there that I've had 5 years now, and I can't finish that last little bit, only because, again, it gives me a headache. So love Bullet, big Jack Daniels. I like Gentleman Jack. I don't have any in here, only because Bullet is kind of my go-to. I'd rather buy that. This Blade and Bow, though, very, very impressed with. I love it. So I'd be kind of curious what and I got some stuff down there which I never touch. Once upon a time, there's a bourbon, there's a whiskey distillery in Asheville, North Carolina called Troy and Sons. Their whiskeys are actually quite good. I happened to grab some of their moonshine blend, and needless to say, it kind of sits there. I've had real moonshine before, and that none of the mass production moonshines touch real moonshine. So I just don't even do it. So that's been sitting there for a long time. Don't really touch it. And I won't even bother you with the other stuff that's down there. They kind of sit there idle. Most of what I do, scotches, bourbon and whiskeys. I mean, these are more or less bourbons, but whiskeys as well. I really do like. So I don't know. Just I thought, as an aside, sometimes you got to kind of get out of the politics a little bit. I thought I would kind of put that up there, and kind of share, some things that I like. I'm not necessarily looking to encourage people to go deep in this arena, in this crazy political world that we're in. But if you're like me, you appreciate the taste of scotches, bourbons, and whiskeys. You like the flavors of it. You're not necessarily, you go crazy with it. Again, I drink maybe one glass, maybe at most two, every 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, if not even further beyond that. It really just depends. If I have a bad, stressful day, I might have a glass, but fortunately, those don't really happen very often. It's a good thing. So, bourbons, scotches, and whiskeys, loved it, and also Pappy Van Winkle. I would love to taste this stuff. I've put the one liquor store that I was talking about. I'm on their mail list, and once a year they have like a drawing, if you will, and through that drawing, people can buy certain things that are available in limited quantities. And I did that one year. Didn't even get a call out for any particular specialties, but I would love to try a Pappy Van Winkle just to see if the taste measures up to the price and the rarity of it. Haven't had a chance to do that. I saw in a restaurant one time a 1 ounce drink available for like $75. I didn't do it. I thought it was kind of ridiculous, but if I had to do it over again, and the next time I see it, I'm going to try it. I really want to try some Pappy Van Winkles and see what that tastes like. And if I ever do get a chance to buy a bottle, I'm going to jump all over it. Not at $2,500, but at the kind of list price of around $200 or whatever it sells for when you can find it available. Anyway, just kind of wanted to put it out there, guys. And even though I wanted this to be completely non-political, I'll simply say that I continue to be a very optimistic person as far as where things sit with our president. It will turn around. All this was for show. All of this was to expose what the hell's really going on out there. So I'm sleeping well at night. I have peace of mind. I know Trump is going to win a second term. I know that going into the Christmas holidays and into the first of the year, Trump's going to get he's going to get sworn in for a second term, and the next term is going to be epic. But in the meantime, I'm not in the minutia of the day-to-day stuff. I'm kind of letting it play out. I think what's happening in Texas with them, filing a court case against all the other states and going directly to the Supreme Court. Even Trump tweeted out today that this is the big one. This is it. So very, very optimistic. Anyway, just a little aside. Hope to hear comments from you. I'd love to hear what your bourbon, scotch, whiskey preferences are, but these are mine. Talk to you soon.